Oh, my. Petco puts the sweet and home sweet home. The Padres in first place return to their home grounds to entertain the rivals from the north, the Los Angeles Dodgers, first of a three-game series. And good evening, everyone. With Mark Grant, Dick Enberg, we are happy to be home. The Padres 4-2 on the road trip that took them to Atlanta, and then the sweep at Pittsburgh. And Mark, before we even get into the business tonight, Andre Ethier, one of the top hitters, top players on the Dodger roster, a late scratch. There's an abdominal, intestinal problem going through the Dodger clubhouse, so he has been scratched, and that's bad news for him, but good news that Garland will have to face a very tough hitter.
Yeah, John Garland's pitched well here at Petco Park. We know that. It's going to be an exciting series. A lot of people in the stands. Should be capacity crowd here. I'm really looking forward to it.
Well, the Padre bullpen on the road trip and after the All-Star break continues to be number one, not just in the National League, but in the major leagues.
And this is why the Padres have to stay hot in the bullpen and retain those leads. Ernesto Frieri, Luke Gregerson, and then, of course, they hold the ball over to Heath Bell. The best numbers in Major League Baseball for the bullpen for the Padres. Hey, as the season drags on, this is why teams continue to win. Look at these numbers.
And Bell, you saw with his 29th save of the season to lead the National League. And those numbers, since the All-Star break, do not include Ryan Webb, who gave up 6 runs in just an inning of pitching, or they'd be impressively much lower than that.
Yeah, in 110 batters faced for this bullpen since the All-Star break, only 7 walks. 2 of them have been intentional, but you know what the big stat is, Dick? No home runs surrendered. They've been keeping the ball in the yard. That's how you hold on the leads, and that's how you win ball games.
Well, the Dodgers come loaded with their best tonight. Chad Billingsley, remember back when the Dodgers swept the Padres here in May, he worked 7 innings plus a shutout game, a 1-0 win. He is the ace of their staff. Clayton Kershaw, I guess the left-handed star in that starting rotation for Joe Torre, he will not pitch in this series. He's serving a 5-day suspension. So that leads us to our pitching matchup tonight. Billingsley, although his record is 8-5 and his ERA not that impressive, nevertheless, he's off another shutout against San Francisco, his last outing. And John Garland, trying to go to double figures, looks for win number 10 tonight in his 21st start. Our pitching matchup brought to you as always by Papa John's. Better ingredients, better pizza, Papa John's. John Garland, the lanky 6-foot 6-inch product of the San Fernando Valley. He's brought stability and maturity to this pitching staff. Buddy Black ready to go against the Dodgers tonight. Game series in terms of attendance could surpass over 100,000 fans on a weekday series. And we remind you that our closed captioning brought to you by Corky's. Call Corky's for the lowest termite fumigation price in town and get a 4-year guarantee. Call 1-800-901-1102. Corky's. Beautiful clear night on the cool side as Garland warms up, and his pitching profile is brought to you by the Mark Condos, luxurious downtown San Diego condos. From the 300s, go to themarksandiego.com. 9 and 6, opposing hitters 252. Just to repeat ourselves, if he gets through the first 3 innings, then he's mighty tough. The damage has been done to Garland in innings 1, 2, and 3.
And it was that one game against the Atlanta Braves where they won in extra innings. Remember the 3rd inning, 4 runs given up by John Garland. He went right after those Brave hitters early in the ball game, and the numbers were better than they actually looked. It was just that one bad inning in the 3rd, and of course, John loves to pitch at home. A 5-1 record, 2.51 ERA here in the home digs.
6 of his last 9 games he's given up in the early innings, either a 3 or a 4 scoring inning. Let's look at the starting lineup for the Dodgers, brought to you by Floor Trader. Pay way less for your flooring and take it home today. Now open in Lemon Grove. With Ethier out of the lineup, he was scheduled to hit 3rd. Joe Torre juggling his lineup. Leading batter in the National League is Rafael Furcal. Xavier Paul, who is hitting 7th, moves up to 2nd. Then Kemp. James Loney bats cleanup. Casey Blake at 3rd. Blake DeWitt at 2nd. Garrett Anderson, the veteran, takes Ethier's place in the lineup. He'll be in left field. Russell Martin behind the plate, and Chad Billingsley on the mound. John Garland ready to work. Furcal for Joe Torre's Dodgers steps in, and we're underway at Petco with a called strike. Furcal was on the injured list when we last saw the Dodgers. Pops this one up, and that'll make it back into the crowd behind the Dodger dugout. Bud Black bringing his players home. This 25-man roster bolstered by terrific play from men called up from Portland. This ball swept foul by Furcal, hitting .326 overall, but .338 from the left side. Phil Cutchy behind the plate, calling the balls and strikes tonight, with Guccione, Onora, and Crawford on the bases. This one pulled to the left side, and Jerry Hairston there to throw him out or flip him out. Or can you say that? Tossed him out.
You just did. And that's the start that John Garland likes to keep. Furcal off the bases. And, you know, I have to go back to what you just mentioned, Dick, about Andre Ethier being out of that Dodger lineup. I mean, you put a guy like that in the lineup, it makes the whole lineup better. And, of course, the hitters around him better. So, hey, once again, teams get breaks and consider it a break. Even though the Padres are playing good baseball, that is somewhat of a break for San Diego.
One out, and here's young Xavier Paul. We saw him earlier this year. He'd been called up from Albuquerque, then sent back down. His return, hitting .252. We really liked the way he played in the 5 games earlier against the Padres. The Dodgers, of course, with a commanding 4-1 advantage in those first 5. With all the trade discussion of this final week before the trade deadline on Saturday, the teams around both leagues have looked at this young guy and said, how about throwing him in a deal?
Well, he got plenty of playing time when Manny Ramirez went on the disabled list. So Xavier Paul getting a chance to produce and wearing the old number of Maury Wills, number 30.
That one sharply by the diving Gonzalez, and Paul is aboard on a base hit. And you hear some of the Dodger fans who have come to cheer Los Angeles announce their pleasure with that base hit. Well, you mentioned Manny Ramirez. He's back on the disabled list, so they're without Ethier and Ramirez for this 3-game set.
Just out of the reach of Adrian Gonzalez to his right. You know, if John Garland is going to throw some grounders and they get through from hits, that's quite all right. Eliminate the extra base hit, get a grounder here and there, greater chance of turning two.
Matt Kemp, speaking of the double play, has been want to hit in a few this year, 10 times. That leads the Dodgers. 267 mark, 17 home runs, leads Los Angeles.
And throwing that sinker like John Garland throws that first pitch, he will get a lot of ground balls. So heads up Chase Headley at third base, and heads up Everett Cabrera at shortstop to the right-handed hitter.
Cabrera and Harrison up the middle looking for a double play chance. Long stare in by Garland. Kemp doesn't back out. Now he does. He has struck out more than any Dodger and is among the leaders in the major leagues. He's been fanned 105 times this year. So while he hits for power and a pretty good average, hits into double plays and strikes out as well. Big breaking ball outside.
Well, nothing would be better for the Padres to throw up a bagel in the top half of the first, because this offense for the Dodgers has been a growing concern. Scored only 25 runs since the All-Star break. That's 2.3 runs a game. So they are struggling to bring Dodgers across home plate since the All-Star break.
And even more recently, in their last 5 games, they've allowed 9 runs. But they haven't scored any runs either. They're winning games 1-0, losing 2-1. Torre has called this a statement series. There's a throw back to first, and very close on the dive back by Xavier Paul as Torrealba whistled to throw down to Gonzalez. Looked as if Paul had an idea of going and then changed his mind.
Looked like the tires were spinning a little bit. Also, it's a timing play. Breaking ball away. Adrian gets back to the bag. And he is clearly in. Gets his hand on the bag.
2-1 to Kemp.
Well, good count to put something on, of course. So you put the runner in motion, and also a good count for a fastball. So let's see if he gets a fastball away here.
Runner goes. It's a ball at the plate, and the runner is out. Great throw by Torrealba.
Now that is some kind of nice. Yeah, you hook 'em horns, Torrealba. Jorvik with the cannon down there. He gets Paul the 10th. Paul is X'd out at second base. This isn't even close. And that's a breaking ball, folks. That's a slider down and away. Right into the foot, into the glove. And Jerry applies the tag. Nicely done.
3-1 pitch swung through by Kemp. Now that's part of the defense that has sparkled throughout this year in support of the terrific pitching for the Padres. The defense that leads the National League. That ball hit well to left field. But over to make the play, Denorfia. Got that up on the handle of the bat. Left Kemp's bat looked like it'd be for greater depth. Nothing for the Dodgers in the first. Jr. Get more fruit in your diet with the Hawaiian Teriyaki Chicken Sandwich. Chad Billingsley, 26 on Thursday. This coming Thursday, his birthday, from Defiance, Ohio. And his pitcher profile brought to you by the all-new Cadillac SRX, the Cadillac of crossovers. He's been very good with shutout pitching, and then he's been cuffed around a bit this year, explaining his 4.22 ERA.
Yeah, he's kind of a flip-a-coin type guy. You don't know what you're going to get at times from Chad.
First pitch is fouled back toward us and just below our location. As Jerry Hairston's first swing, and he lost his grip.
Jerry Hairston going all over that first pitch and losing his grip on that baseball bat. Needs a little bit more stickum. That's where the bat boy comes into play, and little room service as you bring the pine tar rag out to your guy.
That's a productive 252 that Jerry Hairston has delivered with the 37 RBIs. 1-1. The Padres, while they're third from the bottom in team batting average, they are second in batting with runners in scoring position. Another part of the formula that's kept San Diego in first place most of this year. That ball hit well to right field, but room for Paul in the corner. And a look at the San Diego lineup, brought to you by Alpine Rock and Block. Start your next backyard project with Alpine Rock and Block. Hairston, Kristen Orpheus hits second, then Adrian Gonzalez. Chase Headley, your beat. Torrealba has a 10-game hitting streak. Will Venable in right, Tony Gwynn in center. Everett Cabrera bats eighth, and John Garland hits in the ninth spot. Denorfia with a 7-game hitting streak, and Torrealba 10 in a row.
I really like Denorfia in that second spot. And, of course, the numbers have been great for Chris, coming up with some big hits.
He doesn't mind hitting second in front of Adrian Gonzalez either.
Chances are you're going to get a lot of fastballs, so you get some good pitches to hit, because Billingsley doesn't want to face that man, Adrian Gonzalez, with a runner on first or second base, at that matter. Probably just pitch around him if that's the case.
Grounded sharply up the middle, almost handcuffed to Whip, but he's able to throw out Denorfia. Well struck by the Padre outfielder for the second out.
Nothing he can do there. Go back to the dugout and just take that at-bat to the next at-bat. He put a good swing on it. Billingsley looked like he got a couple of fastballs up. To Hairston, he fouled back. That fastball hit sharply. And he can get the fastball up about 94, 95. He also throws a curveball, a cutter, and a slider.
That ball bounces to the ground, and with the speed of Denorfia, he's probably safe. Gonzalez, 295 his average. Starts him with a strike. 91-mile-an-hour fastball with a little dip on it. 21 home runs lead the Padres, as do the 64 runs batted in. Ground ball, but there's the shift, and playing shallow right field is DeWitt. And Billingsley, true to form, retires the Padres in order. We're underway here at Petco Park. Just an 8-pitch inning for Billingsley. And then the Marlins come in for the weekend, and on Saturday, 5:35 game, it'll be Clayton Richard bobblehead night, presented by Jack in the Box. First 25,000 fans will get that bobblehead of the Padre left-hander. Get your tickets early. Save $5 per ticket only at Padres.com. I wonder if that bobblehead has the big smile.
Oh, I'm sure it does.
I hope it does.
Absolutely. There he is.
Come on, give us one there. Well, it's deep in thought, but he smiles even when he's down in one of those situations. Sharp ground ball by Loney, pulled right to Gonzalez for the first out. And a look at the Padres defense, brought to you by Easy Turf, synthetic lawns, and putting greens. Best looking synthetic grass is now more affordable for you. Call 866 Easy Turf. Headley, Cabrera on the left side, Jerry Hairston and Gonzalez on the right. Denorfia, Gwynn, Venable in the outfield, Garland on the mound, and Torrealba behind the plate. First pitch to Casey Blake in there for a strike. He gets big hits. His average 255, but a tough out. 10 home runs, 40 runs batted in.
I've always liked Casey Blake. You know, he seems to be a guy that gives you good at bats, doesn't waste at bats, and hits the ball where it's pitched. And that says a lot about a hitter, because they'll foul a lot of pitches off.
Good fastball.
Yeah. 91 with a little bit of movement from John Garland.
Dodgers start tonight 6 behind the Padres. Giants are in second place, 3.5 out. And Colorado 8 back. Breaking ball hit to right center. And Tony Gwynn takes charge there for the second out. Remember when we were in Colorado and everyone was raving about how well the Rockies were playing before the All-Star break? They looked to be the team making a move. Then we looked at the schedule and said, ooh, look what's coming up after the All-Star break. 11 games on the road in 11 days. And they came home with a 9-game losing streak.
Straight scuffle for the Rockheads, huh?
But they're getting Tulowitzki back tonight. But they're trailing tonight 3-2 in the 7th to Pittsburgh. First pitch is well out of the strike zone. Blake DeWitt, second baseman. 30 runs batted in for him with only 1 home run.
You know, the thing that always concerns me about Colorado, they've got their secret potion in September. I want to know what the ingredients are, because they always seem to be that team that always makes some type of run in the month of September.
It's something alpine.
Is it?
Yeah. Garland falls behind 3-0. You know, they say about the Finnish runners there. What is the secret? The little country producing all those distance runners. It's a cloudberry juice. So little cloudberries that grow up in the mountains there.
That's the secret.
Oh, yeah. First walk from Garland. Brings up veteran Garrett Anderson. Anderson, a late insertion into the lineup, with Ethier having to bow out because of that intestinal problem.
Yeah, you know, Jonathan Broxton had it last week. Brad Ausmus had it as well with Broxton. That's a little upset stomach. I guess kaopectate's on their diet these days, huh?
Anderson, as always, crowding the plate. Takes a strike. His toes almost on the inside line. Holds so many Angel batting records.
Wow. You think he likes to try to pull the ball? Look at the hands are on the inner third of home plate.
And he hits this one to right field, but an easy chance. And Venable puts it away. And the Dodgers gone in the second. No runs, no hits. They leave one. It'll be Headley, Torrealba, and Venable coming up. And with it being dark yesterday and today at Del Mar, tomorrow they'll be out on that famous racetrack, and Wednesday is officially free and easy at the Del Mar racetrack. Diamond Club members enjoy free stretch run admission, reserve seating, a program, and selected half price concessions. They'll be off tomorrow. The horses, that is, off and running tomorrow at Del Mar. Billingsley to Headley to lead off the second. No score. Headley batting .269. Left-handed, .303. Off speed.
He's got a good one. He's got a good curveball to go along with that fastball. And if Chad Billingsley gets locked in, he will take you deep into the ball game. He's good for about 120 pitches now. He is a strong one, as you mentioned, Dick. 240-pounder. He is a big one.
And he blows down Headley with a 92-mile-an-hour fastball. The first strikeout for Billingsley. Brings up Yorvi Terriaba with a 10-game hitting streak. Padre catcher. He's already left his imprint on this game in the first inning by throwing out Xavier Paul trying to steal. Padres would like to get on the board first. Their record when scoring first, excellent, 42-15. It's got a lot of action on that fastball, and about a 6-inch late break.
It's got a little bit of run towards the third base side when it's away to a lefty and into a righty.
Sharply hit, but right at the shortstop for call. Across to Loney, 2 away, 5 in a row, retired by Billingsley. Let's check the Dodger defense, brought to you by Mercedes-Benz. Blake and Furcall, DeWitt and Loney. Veteran Anderson in left, Kemp in center, Paul the right fielder, Russell Martin behind the plate, and Billingsley on the mound. Will Venable, the right fielder for the Padres. Starts him with slow curveball. 8 home runs for Venable, and he leads in triples with 4. And we noticed the last couple of games in Pittsburgh, Will seemed to be trying to go more to left field and hit the ball very sharply. In fact, his base hit was just to the left of center that knocked in Torey Alba.
But he has to. He has to think left field. And like Tony Gwynn says, you know, a lot of hitters try to stay inside the baseball if you're left-handed and take it to left field, rather than trying to pull everything.
Here's that slow curveball, but it misses 3-1. First 3-ball count. Chad Billingsley. 9-4 in his career against the Padres with a fancy 2.51 ERA.
I think a majority of the time Billingsley is going to go away to the left-handed hitter, so Will's got to think that way.
And he takes high, ball 4. The Padres have their first base runner. That'll bring up Tony Gwynn. Center fielder hitting .224.
Well, the walk has been an issue for Chad Billingsley. The last 3 starts, he's walked 8. Now in his last 4 starts, that's 9. So these Padre hitters have to be patient.
Venable, a threat to steal. And he's got Martin out of that crouch in a hurry, just in case. 15 stolen bases for Gwynn, 16 for Venable, who leads the team.
Remember, Will Venable, Mr. Delayed Steal. But that scouting report gets around quickly. He pulled a great delayed steal in Pittsburgh.
And so did Torey Alba.
Yep.
1-1.
And you know what? I purposely watched for call after that pitch. The pitch was over home plate in the hitting area, and for call was staring down Will Venable at first base. You don't want to get caught off guard. You don't want to be kicking the dirt and checking out the good-looking, girls in the stands after the pitch. You want to keep your eye on that runner over there at first base.
And another breaking ball in for a strike. His fastball from upstairs acts like a slider.
It's got a little bit of movement both ways. And sometimes that will happen without a pitcher knowing it. Sometimes it'll run a little bit, almost like a little cutter. Sometimes they'll get way out in front of it and pronate in a little bit to where that ball acts as like a little sinker.
He was no surprise when drafted out of Defiance, Ohio 7 years ago. First round pick. Dodgers got him 24th overall. There goes Venable. There's that delayed steal, and he's in there. He has that technique developed absolutely perfectly. Venable, this timing, it's so acute to know just when to break. You break a little late.
Secondary, hop, skip, jump, and off running. Not even close.
It's his 17th. In scoring position now with the count 2-2 on Tony Gwynn. Here's a chance early for the Padres. 2 outs. Ball 3. Didn't go up the ladder after that fastball. Everett Cabrera on deck. Well, the other statistic this year that's correlated so strongly to winning is stealing at least one base, and the Padres have one tonight. They're 37-7 when they steal at least one. Full count. Good cut by Gwynn. That had a little more on the fastball. 93. Part of the faculty of Buddy Black, Randy Reddy, the hitting coach. You think about the team, the players, and the team of coaches under Buddy Black. I mean, can there be a better group of men that are just working constantly with his team, taking players that really have had ordinary records in the minor leagues? They come up to the big leagues, and with some added instruction, it's as if they get their master's degree.
Well, you know what it is? They've got a plan, and the players are sticking to that plan.
We saw Darren Balsley, the hitting coach, and Rick Renteria and Glenn Hoffman working with the infielders and outfielders. Randy Reddy, the batting coach. Talk about all being on the same page. Ball 4. Good at bat for Gwynn. So back-to-back walks with 2 outs to Venable and Gwynn. That brings up Everett Cabrera.
Well, let's check out the pitch track. Carl's Jr. pitch track off the plate. Home plate umpire Phil Cuzzy got it right.
That's a tough pitch to take.
What up, Cuz? Joe Torre on the right. And Rick Honeycutt, the former left-hander, pitching coach on the left.
Cabrera with 21 runs batted in, and been swinging the bat the last 3 weeks better than all season long. Had some hard outs in Pittsburgh. There's that running fastball in on the hands. 94.
Another thing that's worth mentioning about Billingsley, he's only surrendered 7 home runs this year. This being his 19th start. That's pretty good.
Very good. Now there's a defensive swing. Cabrera fooled on the curveball.
That ball started up and out of the zone, then all of a sudden just swooped down into the strike zone. Watch the break of this this breaking ball. You mentioned the life on the fastball, Dick. Well, look at that sharp tilt on that curveball. That's a good pitch.
So Billingsley, 2-strike count. Venable at second and Gwynn at first, ready to run with 2 outs. No score. Home half of the second here at Petco Park. Oh, right down the middle, fooled on the curveball. So Billingsley shows a little wildness. Back-to-back walks to Venable and Gwynn, but they're left as we go to the third. No score. To get you out here on Sunday, the first 10,000 kids will receive a Mission Federal Credit Union Padres backpack. Game against the Marlins, 105. First 10,000 of you go back to school with a Padres backpack. And get your tickets before July 31st. Tell mom and dad they save $5 at Padres.com. Top of the third, no score. Dodgers and Padres in the first of a 3-game series. Russell Martin, the pitcher Billingsley, and then Rafael Furcal in the top of the third. No score. Slider in there. 1-1. That went off the mask.
Rattle that cage. Thank goodness for what? Titanium?
He's certainly animated, isn't he?
Right off the top part of that grill.
Well, we had Sugar Shane Mosley, 6 times a pro world champion, throwing out the first pitch tonight. That was like taking one of his combinations. 2-2. Ground ball at third baseman Headley. Across to Gonzalez, 1 away. And speaking of the 46-6 Sugar Shane Mosley, his strikes are different with those talented fists, but he also able to get that ball up there. Looked like he had a little
not bad
overhand 12-6 on that.
I don't know whether that was on purpose rotation or gravity, but not bad form from Sugar Shane.
He's been a champion in 3 different weight classes. He's going to fight Sergio Mora at Staples Center in September, junior middleweight bout. Billingsley takes a strike. and fouls it back 0-2. 5 hits this year and 36 trips for Billingsley. Off the edge, 1-2. So the day game Thursday, the Padres and Dodgers. That'll be Billingsley's birthday, number 26. Ground ball at Gonzalez. He'll take it to the bag himself, and there's 2 away here in the top of the third. And High Definition is brought to you by Irving Hughes. Life is a lease. Negotiate well. Great to provide you with all the action here on Channel 4 San Diego in high definition. For call, grounded to Hairston to open the game.
Well, for call, taking his old sweet time, going up to the plate to help out his pitcher, get back to the dugout and rest a little bit.
It's been a tough summer for call. Remember, he started the year on the disabled list, and then last month his father was kicked by a horse in the Dominican Republic and died. Oof. So he's had to go through that bereavement and return to action. Talented hitter. At this moment, the top average in the National League. Crowd continues to come in on this Tuesday night.
Oh, it's buzzing.
Yeah, the Dodger Padre series usually brings a lot of buzz. "19 games above 500 are the Padres. That's the best they've been in 12 years. You go around? No. Jerry Crawford at third.
Well, let's play umpire here. From the side, does he go? I think he went.
No, he didn't go.
If the ball hits that bat, it's a little one hopper back to John Garland. It's a 1-3 play.
Well, it's not a double, so that one sliced down the left field line into the corner, but out of play.
You know, Dick, you were talking about the Padres' record, 58-39 going into tonight. How nice would it be for the Padres to get to 60 wins before 40 losses? 60-39, that's some kind of nice.
Full credit to that man and his staff, and owner Jeff Morad and Jed Hoyer. Strike 3 called. Call was on his way to first base, thought it was inside. But the Dodgers are out in order in the third inning. We go to the bottom of the third. John Garland will start it with Jerry Hairston and Chris Denorfia. On the edge, says plate umpire Phil Cuzzy. No score. can enjoy a wonderful evening. Happy hour 7 days a week. By Irving Hughes, life is a lease, so negotiate well. And by Cox Advanced TV, ready for more choices? Well, go to Cox.com. Pitcher John Garland leads off, bottom of the third, no score. John has 7 hits this year, 33 at bats. With Hairston and Denorfia off the top of the order to follow. Padre pitchers throughout the season have helped themselves out.
It's nice to have that extra shillelagh in the lineup in the number 9 spot. Huh? Guys helping themselves. A little extra on that batting average and in the run column at times.
Wade LeBlanc 2 for 2 in Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
Squares the bunt, does Garland, with the third baseman Casey Blake back.
The one thing I've always been a firm believer of, if the pitchers can just cut down on the strikeouts, right? Just put the ball in play. Better chance of getting on base, obviously.
Bounce by the mound. Second baseman DeWitt for the first out. Padres still looking for their first hit. Their only base runners, a couple of walks. Venable and Gwynn in the last inning. Hairston fly to right his first time. Billingsley had a full scholarship to play with the Gamecocks at the University of South Carolina, but when drafted in the opening round by the Dodgers, elected to turn professional. That was 7 years ago. Ball 1. He's a high school quarterback as well. And in Ohio, that means you're pretty good.
Oh, yeah.
Using that arm to make millions now as one of the top major league pitchers here in the National League. .61, but 240. He's thick.
Oh, yeah. He's got those big ham hocks, the big legs.
That one foul down the right field line, or is it foul? Yes, just onto the track and away from Xavier Paul.
Once again, Jerry Hairston battling up there against Billingsley. You can see the mindset of Jerry trying to fight something off and go the other way. His first at bat, he flew out to. How many licks does it take to get to the center of a Tootsie Pop Pop?
Is that a candied apple?
I don't know what it is.
It's good.
Taking a licking, though, isn't it?
Out of play.
Look out.
Jerry Hairston, 7 home runs this year. 6 have come here at Petco Park.
Oh, did you see the difference of that one? The hanging breaking ball for a strike. And Jerry, he wants that one back because this could have been some serious damage. Well, he wants it down and away, but that's right down the middle. And Jerry just out in front of it a little bit, pulling it foul.
Second time around against Billingsley for the Padre hitters. That one hit to right field, and Paul is there. Hit well, but for the second out. Denorfia hit it sharply, but right at the second baseman, Blake DeWitt, his first time up. When Billingsley pitched here in May, that was the third game of that 3-game series where the Dodgers won 2 very tight games. 4-3, 4-1 then, and then 1-0. Billingsley allowed only 4 hits and 7 in the third innings. He's pitched well here. 4-2 with a 2.43 ERA. And batting average for the Padres 199 when Billingsley works at Petco. There's a chopper to third. That's going to be a tough play for Blake, and he gets him. A close call at first base. Good play by Casey Blake. Padres out 1-2-3, and we go to the fourth. Dodgers nothing, Padres nothing. On Wednesday, 7:05 game. Well, that's tomorrow night, isn't it?
Yeah.
U.S. Coast Guard Appreciation Day, presented by USAA. Support our military. Save 20% on your tickets to that game tomorrow night. Plus, a portion of ticket sales will benefit the Fisher House. Visit Padres.com/promo and enter the promo code Fisher tomorrow night. Second game of this 3-game series. Big cut and a miss by Xavier Paul, who has the only base hit in the game as we go to the fourth inning. A single sharply through the right side. He then was thrown out trying to steal on a perfect throw by Torrealba. Just missed. Garland wanted that one.
You know, I think John Garland got a call last inning for call, the fastball, but you know what? To go deep into the ball game, that could be the difference going deep into the ball game and a rally being started. So he got a call.
Yeah, the foul tip. The good news is that Garland has worked through those troublesome first 3 innings. That's been a real tight wire act for him all season long, where he's given up the runs in the first 3 and then has been a totally different pitcher from the 4th inning on. Well, he's moved into the 4th inning, allowing only 1 walk and 1 single, no runs.
The old Carl Wallenda act, the flying Wallendas.
One of your favorites.
Oh yeah,
the whole family. This one is pulled to first. Gonzalez with a flip to Garland, perfectly executed. 3-1.
Well, the infielders are going to be busy if Mr. Garland has that 2-seamer and that slider working down in the zone.
Jerry Hairston, Cabrera at short, Headley over third. They've all had a chance. Gonzalez with a couple of assists already. Matt Kemp fly to left, his first at bat. Out of play. Again, if you're just joining us, 2 of the Dodger hitting stars are not in the lineup tonight. Manny Ramirez, for the 3rd time, is on the disabled list and won't be available in this series nor the 4 games in Los Angeles next week. And Andre Ethier was a late scratch tonight. We assume that it's stomach problems. He'll be okay and back in the lineup tomorrow. High pop foul. Gonzalez, and he can't quite get there. Well back.
You know, it's that part of the evening to where dusk, right? Correct?
Mm-hmm.
Kind of tough maybe to pick up that ball off the bat. Watch it. Will Venable. He's like, where is it, guys?
Oh, and then he comes to a
it's
startled stop.
Yeah, they rub up those baseballs with that Mississippi mud, and it's kind of dark, and it gets up into that sky, and it's tough to pick up at times.
You get, anything, a residual on that Mississippi mud?
I should.
Yeah.
I should copyright that.
Venable's still a quizzical expression.
So
I didn't see it at all.
Yep.
Remember, he was having difficulty hitting at night, and yet hit so well during the day. So they've fitted Will with a special set of glasses that's trying to improve his vision at night. Even though he's not wearing glasses,
right.
He wears glasses that supposedly are going to help him. Pulled foul past third. Count remains 1-2. Matt Kemp with James Loney waiting to hit next.
I wonder if Rihanna made the trip down to San Diego catching the big league ball game. If Matt Kemp put her on the pass list, or maybe she's in the recording studio. Be a nice celebrity to spot in the stands, huh?
Swing and a miss. That's why Kemp has struck out more than any Dodger. His 106th strikeout of the year. Curveball fooled him. Second strikeout for Garland.
Good pitch. Outside, it perfectly placed as well. There are a lot of pitchers out there. Garland's been around a while, but they see number two, they throw it, and hopefully they'll get it over the plate. John Garland is good enough to spot that pitch down and away with 2 strikes and have Kemp go for it.
So bases empty, 2 outs to James Loney. Ball 1 too low. Loney hit a hard ground ball, but right at Gonzalez in the second inning. It's the third game this year Garland's worked against his former teammates. He has a winning decision and pitched well a no decision. Two and 0 to Loney. Had a big hit in the Dodger sweep of the Padres, and amazingly, it's the longest losing streak of the entire year, 3 in a row, all in the one series. On the inside edge. Tomorrow night, Clayton Richard, 7-5 against Hiroki Kuroda, 8-8 for the Dodgers. That's a foul ball. Just foul. And then on Thursday afternoon, folks, the 3:35 game, Matt Latos moved up in the rotation. Will get the start. Came back off the DL with his 11th win of the year. Matt ready to go on Thursday against Vicente Padilla, 4-3 for LA.
What's he got the sunglasses on for?
It's cool.
Come on, Matty.
It's cool.
I told him I'd give him a hard time next time I saw him with the sunglasses on at night.
It's 22. Ooh, just missed with a fastball. Tried to spot it on the knees, outside corner.
That looked like a pretty good pitch. But though, Phil Cuzzy calling a good game tonight. I think he's been consistent this early on as we're in the top of the fourth.
Swing and a miss. Change up. Strikes out Loney. Couple of strikeouts for Garland in the 1-2-3 fourth inning. Garland now has retired the last 7 Dodgers in a row. Padres bring up Gonzalez, Headley, and Torrealba. Gonzalez leads off the fourth. No score here in Petco. A real pitcher's duel thus far. John Garland and Chad Billingsley. Padres without a base hit, only a couple of base runners and walks. One walk and one single for the Dodgers. High strike.
You know, the last 9 games for the starters for the Dodgers, they've been doing extremely well. Get this for an ERA. Starters ERA last 9 games, .93. And Billingsley, one of the reasons because of that.
Ground ball through the vacant left side. Base hit, Gonzalez. Yeah, that time the shift invited a solid single off the bat of Gonzalez, a slider.
He got it up, too. It's a high slider. It's almost like Adrian fought that one off. It was on the inner part of the plate.
Nobody home.
Yeah.
Casey Blake well over into the shortstop position. Chase Headley struck out swinging, overmatched on fastballs first time up. And he gets a curveball to start this sequence. He has 103 hits so far this year. That's just 2 less than Gonzalez, who leads the club.
You know, one of the things that I mentioned about, it was a couple of road trips ago, Dick, about Chase Headley and his grip. Everybody's different. He uses the old golf grip. Watch his pinky on his left hand, top hand, the pinky over.
Interlocks.
Yeah. He kind of just lays it on top of his index finger of his right hand.
You would think that would take some power away, wouldn't you? Huh.
Strange, but comfortable for Chase.
Action pitch, 2-1. Gonzalez at first, no one out here in the fourth. No score. Right through the middle and into center field for a base hit. Almost took Billingsley's cap with it. Back-to-back singles to open the Padre fourth, as they try to stir up some action and an early lead.
Oh, that'll wake up Billingsley, and that'll wake up these Padre fans.
Yorvi Torrealba grounded it short his first time up.
He takes a high, you know, a lot of the pitches from Billingsley have been up in the zone. The high slider, the high breaky ball, that fastball up, taking it right up the box.
Torrealba hitting .417 in this 10-game hitting string. And he has been the best with runners in scoring position. .488 on base percentage. Curveball outside.
You know, with the way the Dodger pitchers have been pitching and with the way the Padre pitchers have been pitching all year long, this might be one of those games where it's going to be station-to-station baseball. A sac fly, a broken bat knock, an error might be the difference in the game.
Yeah, 1 run, 2 runs could be it. The way these two guys are pitching. Up high, and Torrealba works the count to 2-0.
You know, sometimes this happened in Pittsburgh. Remember, D'Onofrio was at the plate, and I believe it was Karstens who was pitching. There was no bunt intended. He was just squaring around, and Karstens fell behind 2-0. Sometimes pitchers cut it off a little bit, and they can't follow through and fire a good strike.
That became a big inning.
Yeah.
Ball 3. Well, as you can imagine, the scoreboard urging fans, make some noise. A walk here to load the bases wouldn't be bad, would it? There's a strike. Again, lots of movement on his fastballs. And the chant comes up, beat LA. The bounces off Billingsley. That'll take away the double play, and safe at first is Torrealba. Oh, that looked like a double play ball. Comebacker that somehow got through the pitcher Billingsley. And when he deflected it, he couldn't have tossed it underhanded in a better spot for Torrealba to beat it out. It's ruled a hit.
And once again, station-to-station baseball here with nobody out for San Diego. Let's see where this ball hits. Looks like Billingsley went down around the shoot tops and knocked it down and perfectly deadened. You can see that DeWitt had no play on it on the slider. I wonder if that ball hit the mound. Maybe.
It looked like it might have hit the rubber.
Well, it definitely hit something and slowed it up. So a break for San Diego.
Venable, bases loaded, no one out. And he goes to left field, foul. Seven for 21. With a runner at every base.
Patience, patience. Will swinging at a first pitch breaking ball there.
Oh, and 2. There's that fastball down and in, riding in on the knees of Venable. And that's where they try to pitch him. 3 consecutive singles, Gonzalez, Headley, and Torrealba to open this 4th inning.
Okay, 0-2. You want to try to bury one here? Maybe bounce one to the screen?
In on the fist, just clipped that one foul. First serious threat by either team. Venable trying to break this scoreless tie. Just did spoil that one. Curveball. Defensive swing. Pulled to the right side. Here comes the play to the plate, and he is out of there. Well, that worked only because the bad luck for the Padres, they had their slowest runner at third base. And there was a hesitation by the second baseman, DeWitt, and then thought, well, let's go for it. That was just a force at the plate, so the fans booing. That didn't need to be a tag.
Well, he came up and he had to jump for it, and Russell Martin out in front of home plate. No chance for him to catch and get back, so he's got to apply the tag. And Phil Cuzzy clearly saying, yep, on his chest with the tag, he is out. Good position. Hey, that was a bad throw, and Russell Martin made the most of it.
He sure did. And Gonzalez couldn't quite slide around him.
Right.
Like, almost any other runner, that would have been a run. But maybe he wouldn't have made the play at the plate either. So the bases remain loaded with 1 out, and it's up to Tony Gwynn. He takes a strike. Gwynn walked his first time up. So now the speed is on the bases. Headley, Torrealba average speed, and Venable above average.
The Padres have to make some hay here.
Infield back will up the middle, give up a run for a chance at 2, and this one is popped up. For a call out to make the catch in shallow left center. Ouch. So a force out and a pop out, and Billingsley has worked himself at least out of a situation where the Padres can score a run on and out. It's up to Cabrera, who struck out his first time. Fourth inning, no score. As you saw, Cabrera can do some damage with the bases loaded.
I think Billingsley's going to get ahead and try to make Everett chase.
Oh, chases the fastball up around his ears.
He wants that one back.
So it's what makes Billingsley such a tough pitcher. He's got the live fastball and then that huge curveball. He takes so much speed off it. There it is. Curveball down in the dirt. 1-1.
They want a little help on the appeal, and Jerry Crawford says no, he did not go.
It's just that those two pitches just give you an example of how tough it is to be a major league hitter.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, a 93-mile-an-hour live fastball taken off around your shoulders, and then that Uncle Charlie just snapping down into the dirt that looks good halfway to home plate. One ball, one strike with the bases loaded, 2 outs here in the 4th. Oh, right down the middle. That's the fastest he's thrown in the game, 95. So after Cabrera chased the high fastball and the curveball in the dirt, and that one looked, now you're wondering, well, is that one going to break down the dirt too?
What's coming next, you think?
I think he's going to snap one here, don't you?
Yeah, absolutely. If I'm a betting guy, a breaking ball.
Strike 3 called on the outside corner, says Phil Cuzzy. How about that for pitching? Chad Billingsley gives up 3 straight singles, and the Padres unable to score. A look at that last pitch, just off the edge, maybe hit the black. No score after 4.
Mid-game recap from Petco Park is brought to you by Murray Lamper Construction. Get up to $10,000 cash back on your home remodeling project. Go to murraylamper.com for more details. Mr. Enberg?
How much you get back on that?
10,000 big ones.
Top of the 5th, no score. Padres with a golden opportunity, but Billingsley came up with the right pitches to leave the bases stranded. 3 runners stranded with no one out. He got Venable, Gwynn, and Cabrera. Garland back to work. 1-1. Blake, DeWitt, and the veteran Anderson to bat here in the 5th inning. Casey Blake flying to center his first time up. That one rattles off the facing of the second deck. Yeah, runs are going to be a precious commodity the way these two right-handers are working tonight. Makes it all the more frustrating that San Diego unable to come up with at least one run last of the fourth. That one hit hard to right field, but Venable is there. Oh, he was fighting the lights on that one. Hit on the nose by Casey Blake for the out.
This was the old Manfred Mann line drive, blinded by the light, but originally sung and produced by Bruce Springsteen back in 1975. A big out for John Garland.
I get that. Blinded by the light.
There you go. Yeah. Good tune.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't realize that it was Springsteen who did that first.
Easy can of corn out to Tony Gwynn off the bat of Blake DeWitt. 2 quick outs in the 5th inning for the Dodgers. Well, after the first 4 innings, counting pitches, Garland had thrown 57 and Billingsley 63. That was indeed a quick out. Garland will take all those he can get.
Oh, yeah.
Garrett Anderson, he flied to right field, his first at bat.
You know, especially after leaving them loaded in that 4th inning, it would be nice for John Garland to get these Dodgers quickly in the top of the 5th.
Fastball missing outside. The Dodgers, well, they're 6 games back. That one fouled 1 and 2. Of the Padres have just been almost impossible to beat within the division. They have the best record of any team within their own division. They're 24-8. 3-0 here, and then 1-1 up in Dodger Stadium. So 4-1 against Buddy Black's Padres. Buddy thinking deeply there as well on the bench. High pop up. Will there be a play? Gonzalez says yes. So another easy inning for Garland. He has retired 10 straight Dodgers. Still no score. Full Stories brought to you by Farmers Insurance. To find a Farmers agent, call 800-FARMERS or visit farmers.com because ready feels good. On this date, 14 years ago, Padres, after 2 innings, down 7-1 against the Marlins. And then they put on quite a rally and won at 20-12. A couple of safeties and a missed extra point in that one. Who were some of the hitters? Wally Joyner, 5 RBIs. Steve Finley, 4 runs, 4 RBIs. John Flaherty with 4 RBIs. Ground ball by Garland. And shortstop for Call makes the play. Garland hit that one well enough. Good direction. That's a base hit. Jerry Hairston has sent 2 balls out to Xavier Paul in right field for his 2 outs. As this game moves now into the second half of action here. A 1 run could play so importantly. We might see both managers play for 1 run, get the early lead.
Hey, getting it 1 run in this ball game might be getting the golden ticket in one of those Wonka bars, huh? Very valuable.
And that's why the last inning looked so promising and became so disappointing. That's too low. 1-1. Yeah, the Florida Marlins helping out the Padres last night. 4-3 their win up in San Francisco. It's tied at 2 in the bottom of the 5th tonight. That'll make it into the crowd. You can see how it's filled in down that right field line all the way out into the right field bleachers.
And checking in on our buddy with that big old lollipop. He is, I think that's a jawbreaker on a stick.
Yeah, no wonder he's really working on it, though. That's like a 5-inning job. Chopped to short for call. And he's taken both Garland and Hairston's grounders for the first 2 outs here in the 5th inning.
Both pitchers working quickly, throwing good pitches. You're going to see some good defense and some crisp plays.
So she's trying to find a spot where it hadn't been. No, I guess. Hey,
come on now.
Licking his love, You got to share.
Oh, so that's how they do it, huh?
Denorfia fouls it off. Chris has grounded out twice to second and to third. Base is empty, 2 outs here in the 5th.
Hey, by design, up and out of the zone.
Denorfia with surprising power in Pittsburgh on Sunday. Drives one over the center field fence. This one punched on 2 easy hops to DeWitt. And after working out of trouble in the 4th inning, Billingsley able to retire the side easily on 3 soft ground balls.
Next.
Of summer is still left to enjoy our state, our country. As you're traveling, take the Padres with you. Subscribe to MLB.tv today. See every Padres game live or on demand on your computer. Visit Padres.com, order, and get more details. MLB.tv, baseball everywhere. First pitch is swung on and driven into right field for a base hit. And the Dodgers have the leadoff man on as Russell Martin with a solid single, only the second hit given up by Garland. And that breaks a string of 10 straight outs.
And as I mentioned earlier, the little things in this ball game. Now Billingsley probably get ordered to bunt him over to second base in the scoring position. Will he be successful? Stay tuned.
Well, that would be the play regardless of the score, but especially here in a scoreless game, and we're now in the 6th inning. Trying to move him over, give for call, and Paul a chance to drive in the first run of the game. Takes that pitch inside, ball 1. There's so much to this game, subtleties, and even the way Billingsley looked down for the sign at third base, just to give the defense a thought that, well, maybe he might pull back and try to swing. You wouldn't think so.
Yes, he did.
Jabbed at that one. 1-1. Not happy with himself on that effort.
Former Padres skipper Larry Boa flashing the signs down there at third base.
Double tap, saying we're moving right along, right on the watch. You see that? Got that one.
Get the bunt down.
Gonzalez holding on Martin at first. Headley creeping in at third. And it's a good bunt. Gonzalez has only one play and may not have that. Oh, my. So out of character. Gonzalez thought about going to second. And then as he reached for the ball, bobbled it right out of his glove. We haven't seen that forever.
Thought about second base. Let's see on the transfer. He never had complete control on the transfer. Watch it again. There it is. Never had full grip on it. And by that time, it was too late.
Sacrifice for Billingsley. A good bunt. And Adrian can't believe that he booted that one. Sacrifice E3. So 2 on, no one out for the Dodgers. And top of the order for Call. Grounded out, struck out. So the table set for the National League's leading hitter. Slider pounds in the dirt. Foul.
Okay, Johnny's going to have to do some work here. Get another grounder, possibly turn a double play.
Take on the challenge, as did Billingsley so well in the Padre fourth, pitching out of the bases loaded. No one out.
Furcall's only grounded into 4 twin killings this year. Tough to double up.
Fastball trying to get Furcall to go after something just off the edge.
Yeah, a little run on that fastball as well. That's the ideal pitch for a left-handed hitter. Off the end of the bat, perfectly placed to third baseman Headley, if he were to put that ball in play. Although there is a big hole on that left side.
And the count goes to 2-1. Here comes a big pitch, action pitch, 2-1. Garland wants to throw a strike. Furcall, outstanding hitter, ready to pull the trigger. Three and one. Now Furcall with the advantage, knowing that Garland doesn't want to load the bases. 3-1 pitch coming up. Xavier Pohl next.
If I were a betting man, I would have to say 3-1. Go with your strength. And what is the strength of John Garland? When he's down with that two-seam sinking fastball, down and away, outer third, make him hit it into the ground. Don't walk him. There it is.
Tried to pull it.
Let's take a look at this last pitch. You know what? I take that back. That maybe looked like a little cut fastball, or maybe even a slider. Ball had some action into for call.
Full count. With catcher Martin at second, pitcher Billingsley at first, no one out. Hit the left field on a line, but right at Denorfia. Oh my. That one was scalded right to the left fielder for the first out.
And what do you know? Perfectly positioned is Chris Denorfia in left field. Garland hitting his spot. Oh, this is a nice view down the left field line. Ball hit hard, but squeezed by the left fielder Denorfia.
A big out, digging out a 3-1, gets for call on a 3-2. Liner out. Brings up Xavier Paul. He singled to right and grounded to first. Pulling the ball sharply both times. Matt Kemp on deck. It's a nightmare lineup for right-handed pitchers, the Dodgers, especially with Ethier healthy, not in there tonight, but they can really stack up some left-handed bats against you. Kemp, however, hits from the right side. Wow. Garland posed after that delivery, looking for a strike. It did run off the plate.
Yeah, good call.
Two on, one out for the Dodgers. There's a strike.
It looked like a changeup. John Garland doing a little big league pitching here in this inning. It's going to be right at the knees.
And that's a big league pitch.
Yeah.
The utter concentration. Trouble spot here. 2 on, 1 out. Paul backs out of the batter's box, resets himself. Fastball down and in. Looking for that ground ball. Paul has been up and down. Albuquerque, the top farm team, with the injuries to Ethier. Remember, you injured the thumb when he was here last time. Ramirez. Two-one pitch. He falls behind again. 3-1. The slider missing.
Now, Paul is probably thinking, okay, when Raffy was in this situation, I'm talking about for call last time up. Remember, he threw him an off-speed pitch. He threw him a slider. He might be thinking along the same way with Garland when he was throwing it for call last at bat.
Ooh, good rip at a fastball. Count goes full.
Yeah, he swung at ball 4 as well. But once again, as a hitter, that ball looks good out of the hand. Something they could take the opposite way. And let's check out pitch tracks. Up and out of the zone. Well, Torey Alba, I think, just had a little chat with John Garland. Let's see if he even gives a sign to his veteran right-hander. Now they spoke to one another. Okay, Yorvi giving the hand signs.
3-2. Pulled foul.
Ooh.
He hit it hard. So the inning, a sharp single to lead it off for Russell Martin, then Billingsley sacrificing, and a rare error by Adrian Gonzalez at first base. First two men on. Line out by Furcall, and now 3-2 again to Xavier Paul.
They're talking again, so probably will not give a sign.
And Torey Alba's done this throughout the year. I think he likes the fact of going out there and they know exactly, no confusion. Maybe you can throw off the hitter a little bit by Torey Alba can bat down on the dirt as if he wants it low, but really wants the ball up or whatever. Let's see.
Probably give the hand signs again so the infielders know what's coming. Shorten it up. Hey, cup check.
3-2. Swing and a miss. Strike three. A changeup. That's what they were talking about. Fourth strikeout for Garland, and a big one it is.
A huge pitch for John Garland. Great arm action and great location right on the outside corner. You can see the grip. Oh, that's beautiful. That is beautiful. And Paul way out in front.
So 2 outs. Runners still at first and second. And Matt Kemp, the batter. Kemp fly to left and looked like he was totally fooled last time up when he struck out swinging weakly. Dangerous hitter, leads the team in home runs, 17. There's a fastball in for a strike. Well, Garland trying to follow the terrific pitching by Chad Billingsley to work out of a bases loaded, no one out jam in the Padre fourth. Garland trying to get out of this inning with the first two men on. Now 2 out. And Kemp up with the cleanup man Loney on deck. Torey Alba wanted that one away, and that's where it was thrown. Ball 1.
Did you see the late setup by Torey Alba? He was set up on the inside part of the plate. Just want to take away any chance of those runners, particularly the guy on second base. It would be the guy on second to give a location sign to the hitter. So the hitter would look at a certain location, maybe inside or away.
Tense top of the 6th inning. No score. 2 on, 2 out. Fouled at the plate. A curveball.
Nice job by Torey Alba as well. Watch the technique. On his knees, out in front, off the pad. The chest protector, rather. Keep it in front of him. Okay, what are we going to give him here, Johnny? Fastball away, possibly. Fake the high and in. Go down and away.
Cutter outside, 2-2. Leadoff single, Russell Martin. He's at second. Pitcher Billingsley's been on his feet a long time over there at first base. Safe on the air after sacrificing.
Well, honestly, I don't know what page they're on there. Oh, it's a ball, but it was a fastball. He would have had him locked up.
94 miles an hour. Count is full.
Trying to pick away at that outside corner.
That's a tough pitch to take, but Kemp lays off, so the count full, and the runners will be off with this one.
How about a changeup here? 3-2 changeup.
He did. A changeup, strike 3. Or was that a curve change? Kemp strikes out again, and Garland matches Billingsley by working out of deep trouble. 2 on, no one out. He gets out of it for Cole, Paul, and Kemp out. Throwback Thursdays presented by Coca-Cola. And this Thursday, the Padres and Dodgers, and the Padres will wear their 1978 uniforms. The 3:35 in the afternoon matinee with Matt Latos on the mound for San Diego. Remember, get your tickets early and save $5 a ticket at Padres.com. Well, let's go back to the top half of this sixth inning, and Garland pitching out of trouble.
Xavier Paul, a changeup after going deep into the count, and then a curveball to Matt Kemp. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, that was some big league pitching right there by veteran right-hander John Garland, and the left-hander is happy about it as well.
And he had Xavier Paul and Matt Kemp both on full count pitches.
Yep.
So on to the bottom of the sixth inning we go, and Gonzalez leads it off for San Diego. Singled his last time up. Went to left field, and it's wide open again with third baseman Casey Blake over in the shortstop hole. And second baseman Blake DeWitt out in shallow right field.
There's a little cut fastball from Billingsley into the lefties.
Headley and Torrealba to follow. Last of the sixth. Still no score. 75th pitch of the night for Billingsley. Changed up on the curveball. Inside, 2-1. Billingsley has walked two. They were back-to-back walks to Venable and Gwynn in the second. No damage done. That one ripped, but foul down into the Dodger bullpen.
Hey, look out down there.
Wake up.
Well, did the ball girl even make an attempt to try to get that one? Let's check it out. Oh, yeah, she was out of her chair.
Yeah, tried to make a leaping catch.
Nicely done. Good job.
Swing and a miss, strike three. A 3-2 pitch got Gonzalez up and away. Fastball. That's the fourth strikeout for the Dodger right-hander.
They wanted it down, but it leaks up into the zone. Billingsley been getting some pitches up, and Adrian with 2 strikes. Well, sometimes hitters will chase that high fastball out of the zone.
Chase Headley singled his last at bat. That was Gonzalez, Headley, and Torrealba all with singles to load the bases, no one out. This one popped up off third. Racing out is the shortstop for a call. Oh, he got there in a hurry. That's terrific play by the shortstop. He wanted it from the time it left the bat.
Boy, he's good, isn't he? Not only with the bat, but a great shortstop, great arm. The legs still look fresh for Call, huh?
Well, he took a direct line to the spot where the ball came down. Of course, at the same time, recognizing those foul balls tend to ride back toward fair territory, so he didn't overrun the ball after streaking over there at top speed. 2 out. Torrealba the batter.
Well, it seems like Rafael Furcal has been around since the days of like Louis Aparicio. He's only 32 years old.
Plenty of life in that body.
Yeah.
Leading the league.
Hey!
Torrealba gets struck by pretty good pitch.
You know, that's the last thing Billingsley wants. He's cruising. You know, after that fourth inning where they left him loaded, 1, 2, 3, fifth, 2 quick outs here in the sixth. He wants to remain in the windup. He doesn't want to go from the stretch. This one, it's a 2-seamer that just gets away from him.
Right in the rib cage.
Oh, yeah. Ouch.
Not much meat there to absorb the blow. Torrealba had his infield hit the last time up. That extends his hitting streak to 11 straight games. 1 for 2 on base again a couple of times tonight.
It's only the 5th time that Billingsley has plunked a hitter this year.
Venable steps in. He's walked and safe on a fielder's choice. Takes a strike.
Well, Phil Cuzzy likes that high strike, doesn't he?
The width of the strike zone is narrow, but he is giving the pitchers the high strike.
And I like that, quite frankly.
I do too. And jumps quickly ahead of Venable. Venable was out with no one out, bases loaded in the fourth, and send a soft ground ball to second. Almost a hesitation by DeWitt, and then he fired to the plate. And they got Gonzalez on a tag when catcher Martin was pulled off home plate. That ball hit hard to right field, but right at Xavier Paul. On the nose, struck by Venable for the out. No runs, no hits, but Torrealba was hit. By Subway. $5 footlongs taste like a fortune, but they're still just $5. And so many favorites like the ever popular Blazing Buffalo Chicken. $5 all day, every day.
They still got those?
Well, I know they go like, man, people are buying them, right out of the store, but they're supplying. Subway, eat fresh. And by Cox Advanced TV. Ready for more choices? Go to Cox.com.
You'd think that they'd throw a couple of those sandwiches our way during a game.
I was thinking that
at least
too.
Experience it.
Yeah.
Right?
Or, that pizza too. Papa John's, they never bring anything.
Don't be afraid.
We're on a diet. So we're on a team diet.
Well, hey, steady diet of good pitching tonight, huh? Billingsley and Garland.
This is like a playoff game.
Big
crowd, rivals, the Dodgers and the Padres. Every pitch is precious.
Got a couple lefties coming up as well. Loney's leading off, but after Blake, DeWitt and Anderson, and you see that Thatcher was getting hot.
First pitch just out of the strike zone to Loney, who has grounded out. Hard ground ball to first and struck out. Garland has struck out 5 tonight and walked only 1 and has allowed 2 singles. That one golfed to center field right at Tony Gwynn. Loney out. And Casey Blake, the third baseman, comes up. He's flying to center and line to right.
Here's what I'm thinking, and trying to think along with Bud Black. Okay, 1 out, you got Blake coming up. If John Garland gets Blake, and then DeWitt, and maybe let him face DeWitt. If DeWitt gets on, then you have him face Anderson. But then again, Joe Torre could counter. He's got Belliard, Ausmus, and Carroll. Righties on the bench.
Popped up. Might be a play for Gonzalez. No, watch out as he slides into the Dodger bullpen.
And a little studying going on by AC. Aaron Cunningham. He's got his bat ready. Going to the scouting report.
Anticipating against whom he might be hitting. Ground ball up the middle. Cabrera able to cover it behind second and throw him out. That took the talent of Cabrera getting to the ball and then that rocket arm of his to throw out Blake. 2 out, and we remind you coming up is the San Diego Hyundai Dealers 7th inning. Stretch your dollars. Get more MPG and the assurance of America's best warranty. Go to SanDiegoHyundaiDealers.com. Blake DeWitt has walked and flied to center.
Here's that last play by Everett Cabrera. High chopper off the bat of Blake. Okay, gather yourself, a little extra crow hop. And that's it. You know, those are the easiest ones. The one that are, you know, short hopped about 6 or 8 inches from the first baseman's glove. No problem for the Gold Glover over at first base.
It's that half hop between a full hop and that little short hop that tests the best of first baseman. And Gonzalez passes most of those. That ball lined over second baseman Hairston's head out into right field. Venable covers quickly. And DeWitt with a 2-out single, only the 3rd hit tonight off Garland. That makes the totals exactly even. No runs, 3 hits aside. Garland approaching 100 pitches. That was his 96th.
So Balls is on the phone to the bullpen to see who is ready.
And this is one of those situations as the skipper. Black, do you leave him in? Or with Thatcher ready, is this when you come out and get him? I guess Anderson will face Garland. And he pulls it sharply into right field for a base hit. Around second streaks DeWitt. And he's into third easily. First and third with 2 out. That gets the Dodger fans here out of their seats. And now Russell Martin, the batter. So the left-handers, DeWitt and Anderson, have both singled off Garland, and now the right-handed batter comes up.
Well, Garrett Anderson not wasting any time, offering at that first pitch. Looked like something off speed, and through the hole on the right side. Well, Darren Balls are going to go have a chat with John Garland to see what the deal is. Joe Thatcher, the only reliever up in the bullpen for San Diego.
Official attendance announced while we have this pause in the action. 38,428 on a Tuesday night. See the first of this 3-game series. A room for you tomorrow night. It'll be Clayton Richard against Hiraki Kuroda. And then Thursday afternoon, Matt Latos goes against Vicente Padilla. Fans in the park also enjoying the action.
Hey, you know what else might be going on here? A little discussion going on between the pitching coach and the pitcher and catcher in the infield. But how about a timed play, maybe a pickoff, like on the second pitch, to throw behind the runner, Garrett Anderson at first base? You know, you throw the first pitch. Okay, if Martin offers at it, he offers at it. You'd like to get a quick out. But if he takes it, maybe a fastball away the second pitch, and then a timing play to try to maybe pick off that runner.
Dodgers have activity in their bullpen. Hung-Chi Kuo, who has been almost impossible to hit has been impossible to hit for left-handers. No one has gotten a hit. A left-handed hitter hasn't gotten a base hit off him all year.
Well, you know, and also theoretically there is a base open. Second base is open. You got the pitcher on deck, Billingsley. Do you force the hand of Joe Torre? Billingsley is throwing a jam.
And that is an interesting issue, isn't it? But and they are going to walk Martin, so it's in your hands, Skipper Torre. That is not an Italian dish over in that Italian section of our town. And this is something you won't see often, but the strategy is to load the bases. Torre then either has to pull out a pitcher who is a hot pitcher, hasn't allowed a run after 6 innings.
So what's Torre going to do? It looks like
give Billingsley a chance. So far, no movement.
Andre Ethier's coming out of the dugout.
Oh, he's apparently taken some magic medicine. Oh. So scratch from the starting lineup.
So now you got to bring in Joe Thatcher, huh?
So bases loaded for Andre Ethier, a 300 hitter. Didn't feel well at the start of the game and trying to make the entire Dodger dugout feel mighty healthy. As Buddy Black apparently with that gesture out toward the diamond saying to John Garland, hey, it's your game, go get him. You're not going to bring in Thatcher to pitch to the left-handed hitting Ethier. Ethier with 16 home runs, 57 runs batted in. His average has dipped down since we saw him back in May. He injured that thumb that put him on the DL, but a solid 300 hitter and a big threat here with the bases full, 2 out. 7th inning, no score. Strike. Started him with a changeup.
Hey, maybe Bud Black feels the way John Garland's throwing, and we know that Andre Ethier is battling the stomach flu. Things have been going well the last few hours for Andre Ethier. Maybe he feels a strong John Garland against maybe a slightly ill Andre Ethier is a good combo.
.92 just off the plate. Ethier, like most of the Dodger team, had trouble buying hits. They've been in a team hitting slump. Ground ball by Cabrera into center field, and 2 Dodgers will score on a pinch single by Ethier. So the Dodgers pull the right strings here in the top of the 7th inning with 2 out. Singles by DeWitt and Anderson. The intentional walk to Martin, and Ethier off the bench delivers. And Los Angeles takes the lead 2-0. And now Thatcher will come in to pitch to Rafael Furcal, who will turn it around and bat right-handed with runners at first and third. And this pitching change brought to you by the Mark Condos, luxurious downtown San Diego condos from the 300s. Go to themarksandiego.com. And third for the Dodgers, and 2 runs in. Joe Thatcher comes in, and this pitching profile brought to you by your local San Diego Ford dealers. Thatcher employed almost exclusively to pitch to left-handed batters, and he comes in to face Furcal, the switch hitter, who turns it around, hits right-handed. Batting left against Garland, Furcal grounded to second, struck out, and lined to left. So Ethier jumps off the bench, and Black stays with his starter Garland, and Ethier punches a solid single to center to break the scoreless tie. Well, that was a little chess game that went on that inning.
And I'm surprised that Joe didn't get called out to pitch against Ethier. I'm sure Buddy has his reasons to why he's stuck with Garland. The guy can hit. The bottom line, Ethier can hit.
And so can this man. That was the 104th and most damaging pitch of the game offered by Garland, on which Ethier singled to center. Yep. Just out of the reach of Cabrera. Yep. For a moment I thought he might dive and get that, be able to get a force at second.
Well, righties off of Joe Thatcher, for Call being the switch hitter, turning him around, hitting 152. Lefties off of Joe, 152.
Pretty consistent, I'd say. Yeah, his key here now to get out of the inning with only 2 runs scored. Well outside, 1-1. So Garland goes 6 2/3, allows 2 runs, and is responsible for the 2 aboard. 2 walks and 5 strikeouts. Billingsley 6 innings again, as he did back in May, shuts out the Padres. Went 7 1/3 and the win 1-0. And there's another looper going out to Hairston, who off the bat, that looked like it was going to fall. 2 runs, and after 2 outs on 3 hits, the Dodgers lead 2-0. Diego, your energy savings expert. For locations, we invite you to visit fandiego.com. For ceiling fans, go to simply Fan Diego. Plenty of fans of the game, and the crowd of 38,428, first of 3. And the Dodger fans able to throw out their chests with a 2-0 lead, thanks to Andre Ethier's pinch single with the bases loaded after the Padres intentionally walked Martin with runners at first and third to load the bases to get to Ethier, and Ethier punished them. And talk about a punishing run for Hong Chi Kuo. 12 1/3 consecutive scoreless innings. His ERA this year 0.84. Batting average 119. And get this, against left-handed batters, he's not allowed to hit. 0 for 34.
Ni hao, Hong Chi Kuo. Throws a fastball, slider, curve, and a change. 92-97. She. You know what I just said right there? How you doing, Hong Chi Kuo?
Thank you.
And then at the end I said, thank you.
Yeah,
I played in Taiwan for 6 weeks. And Hong Chi Kuo, Taiwanese.
You are a clever linguist.
Learned a little bit of the language over there with a little culture.
Aaron Cunningham will bat for Tony Gwynn to lead off the Padres' 7th inning. So the Padres have to play catch up. They get to work against the bullpen of the Dodgers. Time it's been shaky. This hard throwing left-hander sends a fastball inside. Cunningham, solid 320, 24 for 75, has a home run.
Wow,
that is
it's only 93, but he can get it up harder than that. 97.
So it's up to the bullpen from here on. Both starters are out, both pitching brilliantly. Fastball riding in on Cunningham, missed inside. 2-1. The Cunningham, Cabrera, and the pitcher's spot. Just overpowering Cunningham. 2-2. And that's what he's done to most hitters all season long. .32 innings, 40 strikeouts for Quo. Not a whisper for Cunningham. 3 big cuts and just thrown right by him. Those fastballs of Quo.
You're absolutely right. Just going right after Aaron Cunningham. A fastball on the inside part of the plate at 95.
Big league stuff. Cabrera turns around, bats right-handed against Billingsley, left-handed, struck out both at bats. Once with the bases loaded. Back in the 4th. This one punched up the middle and into center field. Where was that one last time up? Cabrera with a 1-out single brings the tying run to the plate. And for anyone to get a hit off this guy, whoa, something to brag about. Scott Hairston will bat for Thatcher.
Well, I think you got to look for the fastball, and you just got to play a little pepper. Get that bat head out in front. You can see Everett just kind of feeling toward that pitch there. Whoa, supplying all the power. That knock up the center of the diamond. Good hit by Everett.
Hairston hitting .235, 9 home runs, second on the club to Gonzalez. Slider on his first pitch to Hairston. Way behind that fastball. Yeah, there are statistics on statistics and then some more. One of the ones that caught my eye tonight, interestingly, the Dodgers after a day off are 3-9 this year.
Interesting.
They don't do well after a rest. But they're ahead 2-0 tonight. Two and 1 to Hairston with brother Jerry on deck. Luke Gregerson and Ryan Webb getting ready in the bullpen. One of those two to come in on the top of the 8th inning. Runner goes, swung on and missed. Martin's throw not in time, way offline. Cabrera with his 8th steal of the season. That's the second tonight for the Padres.
Well, Guo does not use his pickoff move a lot. Doesn't have a great one. His job is to get him out of the plate. A runner in a scoring position. That's another King stolen base for Everett Cabrera.
Base hit. Cut into that 2-0 advantage. And Joe Torre.
Thinking maybe interference or something on the swing. I thought I saw maybe Scott Hairston fall in front of home plate a little bit. So that might be one of the things they're talking about.
Phil Cuzzy, the plate umpire.
Let's watch Scott Hairston. Look at the bat on the backswing. Really hitting Russell Martin in the back. You know, I don't think that. You know, I just think that's a natural swing. Part of the baseball action is a swing, and the catcher just happened to move into it.
That's how Cuzzy saw it. 2-2. Came back with a breaking ball, but even his breaking ball is at 88.
Oh, yeah.
No, Cabrera at second base with a single and a steal. We're in the last of the 7th inning at Petco. A big crowd, over 38,000 for the opener of this series. Dodgers in front 2-0. '96 on Nat Whistler. He has just overpowered both Cunningham and Hairston. Just hope that with all that speed, if you get the barrel end of the bat on it, you can send it a long way.
And the little skip hop at the end of that strikeout from Hong-Chi Kuo.
He's been touched up for a home run only once all year. Jerry Hairston, as we said, his home runs have come here at home, 6 of 7. One and one. Almost seems that he's thrown 3 sliders all out of the strike zone. Just shows you that to make that fastball all the quicker.
Yep. Well, with 2 strikes, I'm sure that pitch is tough to hit. See what he throws here, 1-1. Oh,
there's a high strike.
You betcha that was a high strike.
And when you throw as hard as he does, that is really tough to hit.
But you know what, though? Phil Cuzzy has been consistent calling that pitch. That's below the letters.
But, sure, not many call that a strike.
Yeah, a lot of hitters would gripe at that.
No argument from Hairston. Look, he's way up on the handle now with 2 strikes on him. And he rips that one right at the third baseman, bobbles it, and then the long throw across, not in time. So Blake, on a relatively easy play, had it, then he didn't have it, and then he tried to hurry. And even with that strong arm, unable to overcome the bobble.
Well, it was hit hard. It looked like it was a one-hopper to Casey Blake.
And Hairston just did leg it out as Cabrera able to duck in front. And ruled an error. First and third. Tying run on. Kristen Orfia is grounded out to second, to third, and to second. 0 for 3. Brings a 7-game hitting streak to this at bat. What a time now to extend it. Behind that 94-mile-an-hour fastball.
Defensive swing, huh? I mean, late on that swing. Very late.
Ball was in the glove. So Kuo now pitch away from striking out the side.
Wow, that ball was by him before the barrel of the bat was out in front.
He didn't give him that high strike.
Off the plate a little bit. Russell Martin trying to bring this ball back a little bit. Let's check it out. Oh, yeah, not going to work that time, Russell. Nice try, though.
First and third, 2 out.
Trying to help his pitcher out.
Strike 3 called. 95 on the outside corner, and Kuo gives up a single, and Hairston safe on an error. They're stranded as he strikes out the side. And stay tuned, folks, for the Sequan Casino post-game show immediately following the game right here on Channel 4 San Diego. Jenny and Bob with all the highlights and an analysis. Sequan Casino, San Diego's vacation getaway. Ryan Webb is the new Padre pitcher, the third of the night. Thatcher worked just the third of an inning, got the final out in the seventh. There are his numbers. Had a couple of rough outings. He scuffled a bit on the road in Atlanta. Gave up a total of 6 runs and a total of 1 inning pitched. Took a big bite out of the #1 status of the Padres relief corps ERA, best in the majors. Cunningham stays in the game in left, and Orphea moves from left to center. Well, that is super stuff the left-hander Quo has.
He's electric.
Webb to Xavier Paul, to be followed by Matt Kemp and James Loney. 2 big runs by the Dodgers in the 7th inning with 2 outs. DeWitt a single to right. Anderson bounced a single to right. Martin intentionally walked to load the bases. They did get Billingsley out of the game, but the man who pinch hit for him, Andre Ethier, able to slap a single up the middle for the 2 runs. All with 2 outs.
Yeah, and Joe Thatcher was hot in that bullpen. He was hot even before the lefties DeWitt and Anderson were due up. He was up when Loney started that inning. I was anticipating Joe Thatcher to be brought into the ball game, but John Garland faced him and he came through.
Well, he pitched so well, Garland, the entire game, including working out of a first and second, no one out in the 6th inning. The manager Black wanted to reward him, let him stand, try to get the final out so he would be the pitcher of record in case the Padres scored in the last of the 7th. Did not work out tonight. 2-1 now. Webb working to Paul, who is singled, grounded out, and struck out. Padres leading the Dodgers by 6 games starting this 3-game series, and 3-1.
You know, there might be some people out there thinking, and this is just a hypothetical, you run Ethier out there, right? Who knows the status of how he feels?
Right.
Maybe he can't even swing. We don't know that. So then you bring in Thatcher. Okay, Joe Torre says, okay, my guy's not any shape to hit. Then you counter with a right-handed hitter.
Full count.
Just a thought, you know. I mean, there are managers who send guys out there as decoys, right? So the guy makes a change.
Yeah, that's right, too. And then you've got a right-handed hitter against Thatcher with the bases loaded.
Right.
So, you know, how do you win that battle? Right. All of that is thought out in advance. That's why you have a bench coach. That's Ted Simmons helping Black with all of that. Line to left field. And right there is Cunningham. So he's no sooner in the game and tested with a shot right at him. So Paul, we've seen him 3-4 games now. He seems to hit the ball solidly every time up.
Good looking hitter. Good looking player.
Matt Kemp has fly to left and struck out twice. His 106th and 107th strikeouts of the season. .96 on the inside corner for the first strike. Padres in the bottom of the 8th inning have Gonzalez, Headley, and Torrealba scheduled. No one throwing in the Dodger bullpen, so Quo will be back out there with that 96, 97 mile an hour fastball. Hope to see you tomorrow night, 7:05 the start. Clayton Richard 7-5. Hiroki Kuroda for the Dodgers 8-8. Back through the middle. Hairston there behind second. 2 away to Loney, who has grounded hard to first, struck out and fly to center. Padres had one golden opportunity. That was the 4th inning when Gonzalez, Headley, and Torrealba all singled with no one out. Bases loaded. Venable forced Gonzalez at the plate on his ground ball to second. Then Gwynn popped to short, and Cabrera struck out to end the inning. No damage done.
7 out of the next 10 games for the Padres against the Bridegrooms. They used to be called back in Brooklyn. The Superbas, the Robins, now the LA Dodgers.
Cabrera has to hurry and gets Loney, who didn't seem to be running at full speed. Well, Ryan Webb gets the Dodgers in order in the 8th inning. 2 innings left for the Padres to get 2 to tie. Day officially free and easy at the Del Mar Racetrack. Diamond Club members, boy, you get it all. Free stretch run admission, reserved seating, a program, and selected half-price concessions. Come out to Del Mar tomorrow. Take advantage of all the racetrack bargains. Get that winning daily double. Jamie Carroll comes in defensively to play second base here in the bottom of the 8th inning, and he'll bat in Blake DeWitt's spot. Quo goes into his second inning of work. Did give up a base hit to Cabrera, and an error. Safe was Hairston. Error at third, but struck out the side in the 7th. Gonzalez has grounded out, single to left, and struck out.
Well, time to get some points, huh? Some late inning points. It's going to be tough duty, though, off of Quo. We've got some action in that Dodger bullpen as well. And it's Big Ox, Jonathan Broxton.
Oh, weak wave at a breaking ball. The slider gets Gonzalez. He said, Quo, has just been impossible. The last left-handed hitter to record a base hit was last year in September, Tony Gwynn. This year, 0 for 35 left-handed batters against the southpaw slants.
So
Quo.
So against left-handers, it remains the status quo.
That's right. Sadly for the Padres tonight, it continues. So 4 outs recorded by Quo, all strikeouts. Headley 1 for 3. A slider, mixing in more and more breaking balls with that Electric fastball.
Yeah, if he locates that slider knee high, good luck, because it's going to dip right out of the zone. It's hard like the fastball.
That's 5 strikeouts out of 5 outs. I mean, he's a monster.
Yeah, he's unbelievable.
How does he not make the All-Star team? I mean, he's as good a left-hander in the bullpen as there is in the National League.
Tough on righties, tough on lefties.
Torrealba, infield hit, grounded out, and was hit by a pitch in Billingsley's last inning. Now, the combination of Billingsley and Quo allowing the Padres only 4 hits tonight. The Dodgers with just 5, but they got 3 hits around an intentional walk, and Ethier's pinch single, the big difference in the game, 2-0. Slider, 0-2. I mean, he's making it look way too easy.
Yeah.
Padres having trouble getting a clean foul ball, much less challenging this lefty. Although Cabrera did single up the middle. Tried to get Torrealba to chase a breaking ball in the dirt. 1-2. Should Torrealba get on, Venable would be next. Unenviable position for Venable, knowing that Quo has not given up a base hit to a left-handed batter all season long. In fact, makes you wonder if Venable would hit.
Yeah. Well, you think another slider here, down and in? Let's see what Martin set up inside. Here it comes. Oh, fastball.
Got way late on the swing, fouls it down the right field side. Hmm. 2-2. Quo trying to make it 6 outs, all strikeouts.
You just got to battle. Try to play Pepper. Put the ball in play. If you think you could have success against this guy by coming out of your shoes and just swinging for the fences, you got another thing coming.
There's a line drive, base hit. Torrealba, as good a 2-strike hitter as there is on that Padre roster, at least brings the tying run to the plate here in the last of the 8th. He's the only Padre with more than 1 hit. In fact, the only player in the game with 2 hits.
So let's check out the swing. Yorby just playing that game of Pepper up the center of the diamond and shortening it up nicely. That's not the home run swing. That's just putting the ball in play.
Well, for the Dodgers, all good things have to come to an end. Can Venable get a base hit off Quo? Not that way. Slider. Yeah, the Giants have just broken a 3-3 tie. They lead Florida 6-3 in the top of the 9th inning. The Pirates beat Colorado. Is that 10 straight losses? 8 straight losses for the chop to second. Carroll just into the game, takes care of the ground ball, and we go to the 9th inning. The Los Angeles Dodgers 2, the San Diego Padres 0. Mexican food, 18 Southern California locations, home of the monster burrito. Starting tonight, fewest runs scored since the break. Dodgers second to the Mets, but currently the Mets got 8 today in a victory, so they have 31 runs, and the Dodgers with 2 tonight, 27. So since the break, the lowest run production in the National League. But the Dodger pitching has been so brilliant, and again tonight, between Billingsley and Quo, 8 shutout innings and 5 hits allowed, all singles.
Yeah, that only averages out going into tonight 2.3 runs. And enter Edward Mujica.
Mujica to face Casey Blake, then Jamie Carroll and Garrett Anderson. Ryan Webb working a 1-2-3 8th inning to check the Dodgers and hope the Padres can come up with some late lightning. Late strike call, 0-2. Casey Blake has flied to center, line to right, and grounded to short tonight. Right down the middle, strike 3. Mujica making his 39th appearance of the year. He's been on a good run of pitching here in terms of not giving up the long ball,
yep,
which had really bothered him and the Padres earlier in the year. He's got a good fastball. He's got a good splitter.
Hey, a lot of pitchers out there that would love the numbers of Edward Mujica. But like you said, been bitten by the long ball bug.
Last of the 9th, it'll be Cunningham, Cabrera, and the pitcher spot for the Padres. This one foul back. Carroll, remember in the earlier series, seemed to be on base every at bat. He's pesky sort. 281 his average on the season. That one right through the glove of Torrealba.
Wow, that ball had some serious run on it. Off the glove of Torrealba just a little bit. Look at this ball run. He just got a little bit all the way back to the Petco sign. Petco. It's where the pets go.
That one poured through. On deck, the veteran Garrett Anderson, who was in the starting lineup because Ethier was too ill to open the game, but he was healthy enough to drive in the only runs of the game as Carroll goes down swinging. Strikeout Blake, strikeout Carroll for Mujica to open the 9th inning. But Anderson chipped in with a key hit in that 7th inning after Loney and Blake had made out. DeWitt single to right, a line drive, and then Garrett sent a sharp ground ball between Gonzalez and Hairston. 2 out, runners at first and third. Changeup has Anderson out in front, and then an interesting managerial chess game as Buddy Black elected to walk Russell Martin with first and third to load the bases to get to the pitcher's spot. Broken bat ground ball to Hairston. And it's a solid 1-2-3 inning for Mujica. As has been the case all season long, the bullpen holds them in check, and the Padres come up with 2 in their home half of the 9th.
Go to the bottom of the ninth. A reminder, the pregame show is brought to you by 9 Honda dealers of San Diego County. Check out the latest offers on a brand new Honda Civic.
So the big guy comes in to try to close it out. He started slowly this year, but has 19 saves now. But there are times when Broxton does not have his overpowering stuff. Let's see if this is one of those evenings. Aaron Cunningham came off the bench to pinch hit against Quo, and he swung through 3 fastballs and sat down.
Well, another hard thrower. Broxton fastball slider split and get up there to 100 miles an hour.
He is a big man, one of the biggest pitchers in the National League. Built like a NFL offensive guard. Chop to short. For Paul, knows that Cunningham can run, so he hurries his throw across. 1 away. That brings up Cabrera. Broxton has a big strikeout record again this year, as you might well imagine, with that fastball that will tickle 100 miles an hour. He has 57 strikeouts in 42 innings. That's averaging 12.2 strikeouts per 9 innings. That's in the top 5 in the National League. Bunted, but right back to Broxton. 2 away. Not a bad thought if he'd gotten it a little more toward the line. But Broxton hops on it. Padres down to their final out, and Matt Stairs comes off the bench.
Well, there's been a lot of closers in Dodger history, but Jonathan Broxton stands out. He had 12 saves in the month of May. That was the most in a month by any pitcher in Dodger history. Los Angeles Dodger history, that is.
So the veteran Stairs comes up, trying to get on and give Hairston a chance. 2-0 Dodgers, bottom of the ninth. One big swing with the bases loaded by Andre Ethier, a pinch hitter. The difference in the game, as this trend at Petco continues, with the Dodgers bringing their best pitching against the Padres. Ball 2. When they swept, the only time the Padres have lost 3 games in a row all year, the scores were 4-3, 4-1, 1-0, and that was the Billingsley game. And Billingsley starts again tonight and shuts out the Padres through 6. 3-0.
Well, remember, Matt Stairs is quite familiar with Jonathan Broxton. It was back in 2008 in the NLCS when Stairs was facing Broxton at Dodger Stadium, and he hit a big home run for the Fightin' Phils.
Single or a walk just as good in this play, this spot. The Padres need 2 to tie. Fastball laid in there, 3-1. If laying in there at 95 miles an hour is the proper description. This is a situation where a walk is as good as a hit. And the Padres down to their final strike. Swung at ball 4. Full count. 2 outs in the ninth. Broxton trying to seal the deal. And the ball game is over. The Dodgers take the first one of this 3-game series, out pitching the Padres 2-0. A combined 5-hitter for the men of Joe Torre, with one key blow, the pinch hitter Andre Ethier, a bases loaded single to drive in the only runs of the game back in the 7th inning. Well, Joe Torre called this series a statement series, with the Padres leading by 6 games, and Los Angeles and San Diego hooking up 7 times in the next 10 games. And LA draws first 2-0. We'll check the totals for you from Petco Park in front of a big crowd of 38,000 plus when we return.